Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and right now you can get this sweet Scoop Soldier sticker when you order over at cardkingdom.com. Just mention in your order notes that you want a Scoop Soldier sticker when you go to checkout. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So, Theros Beyond Death is here, which means it is time for our special episode featuring our very first Against the Odds of our new standard format. And we are playing one of the cards that I think is maybe the sweetest Against the Odds card from the set. And I don't even know, it's an alternate win condition card. Maybe it's even better than I think. But Thassa's Oracle combo, we are looking to kind of draw through our entire deck, have this massive combo turn in a blue devotion shell, and then win the game with Thassa's Oracle coming into play, triggering, having a million devotion, and just killing our opponent when it enters the battlefield. So that's the plan for today. Don't worry though, we're going to play a ton of sweet Theros Beyond Death cards. There's a poll featuring a bunch of options in the article. I'll put it in a card, I'll link it in the description, so go vote for that with what you want to see next week. Anyway, let's talk Thassa's Oracle combo for standard. So the idea of this deck is pretty simple. Thassa's Oracle is our centerpiece. 2 mana, you get a 1/3. It can put a card on top of your deck when it comes into play from your library, so you get to kind of like pseudo tutor, maybe tutor for next turn. Essentially, it doesn't go to your hand, so it's more vampire tutor than demonic tutor. But the big payoff is when Thassa's Oracle comes into play, if our devotion is greater than or equal to the number of cards in our library, we win the game. So obviously, you could try to mill yourself out and win with Thassa's Oracle. There's a bunch of different ways you can go about it. The idea of this deck, though, is we're going to have a huge combo turn where maybe as soon as turn 5, turn 6, we literally just play through our entire deck in one big turn and win the game with Thassa's Oracle's enter the battlefield trigger. So how do we actually combo off in standard with Thassa's Oracle? And our most important combo piece, outside of Thassa's Oracle, which just wins us the game and kind of helps us find our combo pieces early in the game when it comes into play with the putting something on top, is Nyx Lotus. So Nyx Lotus gives us the mana we need to draw through our entire deck in one big turn. Again, maybe as early as like turn 5 or turn 6 we can start this combo. Nyx Lotus just taps for an amount of mana equal to our devotion to a color. In this case it's going to be blue. We have a lot of blue mana symbols in our deck, but it comes into play tapped. So the trick here is we are not only just playing Nyx Lotus, tapping it once, making like 10 mana, we are playing a bunch of cards to untap Nyx Lotus, which is kind of the main engine of the deck. Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner, Corridor Monitor, technically each add a blue mana symbol to the battlefield. More importantly, they can untap, in Kiora's case, a permanent, Corridor Monitor, an artifact or a creature. So what this means is we can add blue mana symbols to the battlefield early in the game, get down our Nyx Lotus, and then what we want to do is use our mana to draw cards, develop our board, add more devotion, and then use, let's say, Kiora to untap Nyx Lotus. Then we can add a bunch more blue mana symbols, draw a bunch more cards, then maybe we play a Corridor Monitor to untap Nyx Lotus again, and if we could keep doing this, we literally could play through our entire deck, perhaps as early as turn 5. The other piece of this puzzle that is really important is our card draw, because for this plan to work, we need to keep drawing into Untapper. So the way to play this deck is we want to cast Gadwick in specific as our best card draw, because not only does it add 3 blue mana symbols, which makes it great with our devotion plan, but it can draw us a ton of cards. So we want to often cast a Gadwick for all of our mana minus 3 essentially. So we have enough that we can draw like 10 cards and then hopefully hit a Kiora, hopefully hit one of our Corridor Monitors, which allows us to untap Nyx Lotus, cast another Gadwick or other card draw, again leaving 3 mana floating so we can hit a Corridor Monitor, Kiora, untap it again. Each time we're making more and more and more mana, and eventually this allows us to go through our entire deck and win the game. We also have a couple of other card draw options. Cavalier of Gales, kind of a brainstorm on a triple blue flying body. So it works well with Nyx Lotus. Once we get going, we can make like maybe 100 mana or more in a turn. So it's pretty easy to like cast a Cavalier of Gales, cast a Cavalier of Gales, up our blue mana symbols, draw a bunch of cards, and then we're able to untap our Nyx Lotus, Gadwick, etc., etc., etc. Omen of Sea does a sweet trick with Thassa's Oracle. One of the ways to make Thassa's Oracle even better is to build around her ability when we aren't winning the game. The ability to dig like 10 cards deep or whatever, depending on our devotion to blue, put a card on top. Stuff like Omen of Sea, and also Cavalier of Gales, and also Kiora's Enter the Battlefield, draw a card ability when we cast a big creature. They allow us to cast Thassa's Oracle, dig a bunch of cards deep to find maybe a Gadwick, to find an untap effect, whatever we need to continue comboing, and then draw that card to immediately play it. So Omen of the Sea helps there, early game filters, blue mana symbols on the battlefield. As far as interaction, Brazen Borrower, Dream Eater, we really want all of our interaction to be adding blue mana symbols to the battlefield eventually. So Brazen Borrower can just bounce something, then it's 2 blue mana symbols. Dream Eater can bounce something, and the Surveil is nice just for filtering through our deck. It's big enough that it can draw with Kiora, so another way we can draw the card we put on top with our Thassa's Oracle. Otherwise, our backup hand, Thassa Deep Dwelling, works well with the blue Devotion plan, can buy us time by tapping our opponent's creatures if we don't have what we need to combo off, plus blinking stuff like Cavalier of Gales, blinking Agent of Treachery to steal our opponent's stuff, gives us a way to win if we can't win immediately with Thassa's Oracle, attached to a really powerful creature. Also, we can do some sweet tricks. If we can't quite combo off and win the game, we can use Thassa to blink our Corridor Monitor, to untap our Nyx Lotus on our end step, and then cards like Dream Eater, Brazen Borrower, all that stuff we can flash into play on our opponent's turn. Maybe we have Gadwick, and we can tap some stuff too to fizzle some attacks, buy us some more time, untap, draw a bunch of cards, continue to proceed to win the game. So that's the basic plan of the deck. Our goal is to Thassa's Oracle, kind of take advantage of both modes. We can cast it early for 2 blue mana symbols to filter through our draws, kind of set things up, but eventually what we want to do is Nyx Lotus, untap it a bunch of times with Kiora and also Corridor Monitor, with cards like Gadwick and Cavalier of Gales drawing through our deck to keep finding our untaps, which literally allows us to play through our entire deck, turn 5, turn 6, and eventually cast another Thassa's Oracle. Our devotion's probably going to be like 15 or 20, so we don't got to get through literally our whole deck, but get through most of our deck. Thassa's Oracle, ton of devotion, win the game with its Enter the Battlefield ability. So that's what we're doing today. As far as the mana base, Lotus Field is sweet with Kiora. I had 4 at one point. I keep trimming and trimming because it's clunky if you draw multiples, but it's very good if you draw 1, especially with Kiora on the battlefield, giving us kind of a backup, not nearly as powerful, but a backup Nyx Lotus type effect. Sometimes we just have Kiora, we Lotus Field, we can tap it, untap it, we get up to like 7 or 8 mana, can start casting Agent of Treacheries or Big Gadwicks, Castle of Ventress, some Scry value, Field of Ruin, not only deals with non-basics, but gives us a way to shuffle away the cards we put back in our deck with Cavalier of Gales, which is sometimes nice. We often have a bunch of lands going back on top of our deck that we don't need, so it's a way to reset that. A bunch of islands. In the sideboard, we get a bunch of interaction. Mystical Dispute, to force through our combo pieces like Nyx Lotus, also fight our opponent's deck. Ashiok's Erasure, a counter spell essentially that adds 2 blue mana symbols and deals with Shifting Ceratops. Speaking of Shifting Ceratops, that's a card that's really troubling for our deck because we're mono blue. Ugin gives us another way to deal with it. Can come down, it's colorless, so it gets around the protection. Also kills other things, Fires of Invention. We can ramp into it really quickly. Otherwise, Charmed Sleep is our answer to creatures. It just taps it down, keeps it tapped down, and adds 2 blue mana symbols. Mass Manipulation, Agent of Treachery Part 2 gives us more ways to steal our opponent's stuff. And that is Thassa's Oracle combo for Standard. And that's our Against Odds deck for this week. So let's jump into the gameplay, see how quickly we can draw through our entire deck and win with Thassa's Oracle in Theros Beyond Death Standard. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. All right, Against the Odds time. We are comboing off with Thassa's Oracle in Theros Beyond Death Standard, and we'll keep this. The bad news is we got no card draw. The good news is we got our Nyx Lotus. We have 2 ways to untap it. So if we can find basically any of our card draw and or big creatures, this hand will be really sweet. Poda, Swamp, and Knight of the Demon Legion. Yeah, let's just Corridor Monitor to block the Knight. Swamp for our opponent. Passes. Well, land Kiora. And this hand's looking much. Thassa is going to be great here. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Yara. Sure. We'll play the island. Nyx Lotus. Pass the turn. And next turn we can start doing sweet things, hopefully. Opponent. Wow, going face. I don't know if our opponent realizes how much mana this can make. All right, we will block Yara. Opponent. Hits Kiora to 6. Spawn a Mayhem, sure. We get to untap. So, play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should just, I mean, we're not comboing at the moment, but this is probably game. Dream Eater. Surveil, surveil, surveil. We'll keep a Dream Eater. We'll draw the Dream Eater. We'll bounce Spawn of Mayhem. Kiora, untap Nyx Lotus. Thassa. Draw a card. No attacks. Blink Corridor Monitor. Untap Nyx Lotus. And opponent! Done, 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 done! Well, we didn't go infinite there, but boy, did we stop all over Mono Black. Alright, so against Mono Black, the sacrifice synergies are a bit obnoxious for our Charm Sleep. I actually think we might not sideboard a ton in this matchup. I think we're mostly trying to do exactly what we did that game and just combo off and go infinite before our opponent can really interact. We could bring in Ashiok's Erasure, Dream Eater, Asian Treachery. Maybe like go down, yeah, let's go up an Ashiok's Erasure for a Thassa, and otherwise just keep it the same. All right, about it. Bring it, bring it, bring it. So that was not a combo turn, but it was still a pretty convincing win. That is not a keep. Well, all right. Not the most exciting hand, but Thassa's Oracle can maybe find us some action. Opponent plays a land and Gutter Bones. One of the nice things about this deck is we are pretty good at blocking random dorks. Fenlurker. Well, there goes Dream Eater for now. We're not very close to actually casting that. Opponent gets in, it's us. Well, play a land, play Thassa's Oracle. Castle on top, pass the turn. Yeah, just having random 1/3s and 1/4s, pretty good against just random aggro creatures. Opponent. Knight of the Even Legion. Well, play Castle Vantress. Pass the turn. Opponent attacks. Well, we'll block. Opponent pumps. We will borrow your knight. Well, play the land and yeah, let's just pass. At least once we get one more mana, we can start scrying. We could use like a Cavalier would be nice. Midnight Reaper for our unit. Gets in, gets in. Run out Brazen Borrower. Do we even want to block? I don't really want to give our... All right. Let's kill the Fenlurker. Opponent does get a card, which isn't great, but... all right. We gave our opponent a land, unfortunately. Drill bit. Well, thankfully our hand's not great. Play Thassa's Oracle. Take Cavalier for sure. Play the land. Go to combat, get in. Pass the turn. Gonna hold on to Corridor Monitor just because we would like to put it back on our deck, potentially. Opponent gets in, no blocks. Alright, Cavalier of Gales. Corridor Monitor back, Gadwick back. We will draw Gadwick next. No attacks. Ping, ping. Alright. Gray Merchant does a bunch of draining. Hopefully our opponent does not have multiple Gray Merchants. Get in with Cavalier. Actually, I don't know if we do get in with Cavalier. Let's Gadwick for 2. Whip on lands. Drop to 6. Opponent with the early GG. Knight of the Even Legion. And apparently another Gray Merchant. Alright. So, opponent hit a bunch of Gray Merchants. Yeah. Well, our hand was pretty mulligan-y, and our opponent's hand was pretty good. Maybe we want more Ashiok's Erasures. Maybe we go down... Go down Agent of Treachery. Go down a Corridor Monitor. Bring in the Ashiok's Erasures. Run it like that. We get to be on the play for game number 3. Double Gray Merchant is a good way to win. Ashiok's Erasure is a good way to stop Double Gray Merchant from doing anything. Or even Single Gray Merchant, because we just lock it down. And Mono Black can't really deal with enchantments very well once they're on the battlefield. We'll play first. Alright, we'll keep. This hand's okay. We do need to hit lands. In theory, Thassa's Oracle can find us one. But if we can curve out with our lands and find a Nyx Lotus, then this hand's decent. And Ashiok's Erasure is a good answer to the Gray Merchant shenanigans. On the other hand, if we just never draw lands, then this is going to go very poorly. Alright, Thassa's Oracle. Well, alright, Lotus Field. That is a land. Order of Midnight. Alright, we will just Brazen Borrower, bounce Order of Midnight. Lotus Field. Sack a couple lands. Go attacking. Some for our opponent. And Fenlurker. Yeah, let's get rid of Brazen Borrower for now. We still need to hit lands. That does not count. Thassa's Oracle. Wow. Wowie, zowie, wowie, zowie. That is incredibly unfortunate. We only have 2 Lotus Fields in the deck, exactly because drawing multiples is not good. But we managed to draw 2 of 2. Well, play Kiora. Untap Lotus Field. Pass the turn. Get pinged. And we might actually be in trouble now. Wow, that was some really unfortunate running. Fenlurker. Well, we don't need this Lotus Field, I can tell you that. Opponent goes to combat. Going to attack our face. Sure. Down to 15. I'll run out Brazen Borrower. And opponent has Murderous Rider. Well, we finally draw land. But I think it's too little too late. I think our deck just kind of stuck it to us here. Ping ping, Spawn of Mayhem, plays a land, Murderous Rider. Sure. Order of Midnight. Well, I guess we counter it because we can't do anything else. But I think the Magic Gods decided to really stick it to us this game, unfortunately. Castle Ventress, Cavalier of Gales. Draw some cards. Put back land in Kiora. Kiora on top. Get in with Brazen Borrower. Now we'll see what our opponent's last card is. Ping ping, down to 7, grow the spawn. Can they kill our Cavalier? Castle Lockwane. Draws down to 5. That's risky. Risky. Opponent passes. Oh, we might have hope. Go to combat. Get in with Cavalier. Get in with Brazen Borrower. Greedy, but we're going for it. Opponent trades with Cavalier. Drops to 2. Cavalier. Shuffles away that land. Bottom. Kiora. Thassa's Oracle.
I defy gods. Defying.
Dig 11 cards deep. 4A. Well, I guess it's Dream Eater. Alright, pass the turn. Well, Thassa's Oracle, this is not the way we plan on winning with it, but we'll take it. Opponent. Drains. Prankle, Master of Prankles. Drains. Gets in. Well, block. Kill the Murderous Rider. We untap. We go to combat. We attack our opponent. Opponent blocks. Well, Lotus Field for blue. Untap it.
Nature
Dream Eater. Ugh. I don't even know if we want Nyx Lotus here. I think we just got to kill our opponent. We'll keep Brazen Borrower. We'll draw Brazen Borrower. We'll bounce Yara. We'll go to combat. We'll pass. Opponent replays Yara. Gains a bit of life. We go to 6. Murderous Rider. Okay. Opponent goes to 5. Well. Bounce Yara. Untap, draw land. I'll go to combat, attack, hit our opponent to 4. Scry. Cavalier of Gales will be kept. Untap Lotus Field. Play the lad past the turn. Opponent. Yara comes back. Murderous Rider. Well, we'll run out Brazen Borrower. Cavalier of Gales. Draw some cards. Go to combat. Get in with Brazen Borrower. Play the land. Untap. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Sacks a creature to draw. Spawn of Mayhem. Gains a life. Iara. Drain. Yeah. Can we win the game this turn? So, Scribe. Boy, this game ended up being close. Not having Nyx Lotus makes our deck a lot slower. Corridor Monitor does do it. All right, untap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gadwick. X4. Draw some cards. Whew! Untap Lotus Field.
Let's get moving.
Corridor Monitor. Tap Spawn. Oh, thank goodness. Woohoo! All right. Well, we did get to combo off that game, but we'll take it. We'll take it. A win's a win against Mono Black Aggro. Hi! All right. Brave New World of Theros Standard. Mono Black versus Mono Blue. Well, sweet. Gets the odds time. We are Thassa's Oracle Wombo Combo Wing in Theros Beyond as Standard. We have Oracles, but that's it. Although Oracles are good at digging for things. I think we probably keep this. Oracles should be able to find it. I mean, we really want Nyx Lotus. That is the card that derives the Thassa's Oracle combo, but Thassa's Oracle can hopefully find it. About it. And if we're up against aggro, we got blockers for days. Stomping Grounds, untapped. And Lovestruck Beast. Alright, more lands. We'll play the Island. Lucky Clover. Well, that's not the card you want to see your opponent play on turn number 2. Thassa's Oracle. Keep the Nyx Lotus. Yes, Lucky Clover is a concern, because it probably means, if our opponent's playing Temur Adventures, it most likely means our opponent can tutor stuff from the sideboard, which we don't want our opponent to be able to tutor for. Incubation for Brazen Borrower. That is also a way to slow down a Nyx Lotus and a tap land. Opponent passes, well, Thassa's Oracle, number 2. Let's take Gadwick. Play the land. Go attacking. Yeah, Brazen Borrow with Lucky Clover is obnoxious. Opponent, just gonna do some bouncerinos. Yeah. Bounce and bounce. Gets in, gets in. Well, in that case, we will play a sad Nyx Lotus. Although, having Brazen Borrow... Okay. Alright. This turn should be decent. Opponent gets in, hits us. Sure. So, play the land. Thassa's Oracle. Finds... Gadwick. Yeah, let's go Brazen Borrower, actually. Brazen Borrower. Full control. Corridor Monitor. Resolves. Targets Nyx Lotus. In response, tap Nyx Lotus for blue. Untap it. Thassa's Oracle. We will take Kiora. Wow, we're like 1 mana off of continuing. Now, Cavalier of Gales. We'll have to settle for that for now. Draw some cards. Put back Thassa Kiora. Draw Kiora first. Brazen Borrower. Bounce Lucky Clover. And, alright, next turn, I think we should win the game. It might sound crazy, but that's what this deck is trying to do. I think odds are high. If we untap with Nyx Lotus, we just win the game this turn. Opponent, Lucky Clover. Lovestruck Beast, make some tokens. Alright, that's fine. All we gotta do is win the game, which we should be able to do. Opponent gets in. We will not block. We would like our devotion. So, play a land. Play Kiora. Play Brazen Borrower.
Help myself.
Gadwick for 8. Draw 8. So untap Nyx Lotus.
The ocean surges.
Thassa's Oracle. Go digging for another untap effect, I think. Gadwick. Alright, there's Corridor Monitor. Take Corridor Monitor. Omen of the Sea. To draw Corridor Monitor. We need one more card draw spell to win this turn. Dream Eater's decent. So we draw Corridor Monitor. We play Thassa. to draw Dream Eater. Corridor, and opponent scoops it up. They see where this is going. Nice try, opponent. Nice try. And we would have probably been able to keep Cowboy because Dream Eater surveils 4 and draws us a card with Kiora. So I think that just puts us to where we need to be to win. What do we want against what our opponent's doing? That is a big question. We are mono blue, which is a little scary. Opponent has counter spells, presumably, since they are Temur. Although they don't have too much of a sideboard usually, because they're usually a Fae of Wishes deck. What do we want? Ashok's Erasure is actually kind of annoying against... Let's bring in Agent of Treachery and Mystical Disputes. Go down, Corridor Monitor, 1 Thassa, and 1... we might want 3 Mystical Disputes. An Omen of the Sea. Let's go 2 Corridor Monitors. Run it like that. Well, that's what the combo can do. It can win pretty quickly. That was what, turn 5-ish? Turn 6? All right, opponent. What you got? What you got? Ooh. All right. We got a Nyx Lotus. We will keep. Tap land for our opponent. To the... Oh, come on, opponent. You made me look silly. Make your decision. Island go. Lovestruck Beast. And another Scry land. To the bottom. Well, play the land. Thassa's Oracle. We will keep Gadwick. Yeah, alright. Things are looking up. Opponent plays a land. No blocks. I assume this is a Bone Crusher Giant. Opponent's trying to set up. There's a Lovestruck Beast. Play the land. Play Kiora.
I'll show you Drywalker something truly spectacular.
Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Wow, going face. Alright, no blocks. Down to 13. Incubation, gonna go digging. Well, we are close. Finds the Bone Crusher. Just runs it out. Yeah. I'll play the land. Nyx Lotus. Untap it.
Nature flows with vigor.
Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Next turn will hopefully be the good turn if nothing goes wrong. Opponent, what do you got? What do you got? Lucky Clover. Well, we will dispute that. Opponent can resolve it, but it will tap our opponent out. The problem we have is... well, we'll see. These creatures can apparently just attack down Kiora, which is problematic. Opponent lets it go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, sure. We'll take 10. Down to 3. Opponent passes. So. Opponent might be holding up a counter, which would also be problematic. Gadwick for 4. Resolves. Untap Nyx Lotus. Oh, Brazen Borrower, eh? That might beat us. Lotus Field. Well, no attacks. Yeah, that is not good. Dead to a second Bone Crusher. Or a second Brazen Borrower. Alright. Well, opponent. Had the interaction at the right moment there. Double Brazen Borrower. Pretty reasonable. Good news is, we are on the play for game number 3. And we will run it back. Alright, we get to play first. We cannot keep that hand. Alright, this hand will keep, although we're not going to do a excited happy dance about it. It's medium. Medium to the max. Land go. Opponent. Untap land. Lovestruck Beast. Well, land Thassa's Oracle. Take a Thassa's Oracle. Opponent goes attacking. We're going to block. If our opponent wants to Bone Crush, they can Bone Crush. Alright, there's the Bone Crush. Well, this lets us get down Kiora on an empty board.
Sun in the sky.
Pass the turn.
Great day to fight.
Untap land for our opponent. And Bone Crusher. Well, flow some mana. Thassa's Oracle. Finds us Gadwick. Lotus Field. Sack the islands. Untap Lotus Field.
I love to make a splash.
Borrow the Bone Crusher. Go to combat. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can cast a pretty good Gadwick this turn. Beanstalk Giant. Yep, it's a forest. Alright, that's fine. So, that is fine with us. Tap, untap. Play a land. Gadwick for 5. Draw a bunch of cards. Huh, mostly lands. Get in with Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, it was a land-heavy draw. No Nyx Lotus. Although, I guess we have some interaction, which is fine. Opponent gets in. We are fine with trading Gadwick for Innkeeper plus Bone Crusher. We'll find more Gadwicks. And Innkeeper's like our opponent's best card. Opponent. We could use a Nyx Lotus. Nyx Lotus would be sweet. Opponent. Grabs land. Kills Gadwick. Yeah. Yeah, that is Nyx Lotus. Well. Play Nyx Lotus. Untap Lotus Field.
Let's get moving.
Play a land. Go attacking. And now we're pretty close. Pretty close to where we want to be with this Mystical Dispute in hand. Opponent. Fabled Passage. Cracks Fabled Passage. Now we're like a Gadwick away from theoretically comboing off and winning. Bone Crusher. Yeah, not going to fight about that. And Lovestruck Beast? Alright, well. Omen of the Sea. Bottom. We already got the Lotus. We draw another Kiora. How do we want to do this? Yeah, let's Brazen Borrower. Untap. More Nyx Lotuses. Well, go to combat. Get in with Brazen Borrower. Hit our opponent. Play the island. Tap for mana. Scry. Okay, there's Gadwick for next turn. Untap Nyx Lotus. Opponent's gonna bounce it. That's fine. Replay Nyx Lotus. Next turn, the turn where we're planning on winning anyway. Opponent. Combat. Well, we will borrow Bone Crusher. Drop to 16. Once this Gadwick resolves, we should win. And hopefully in pretty spectacular fashion. Opponent to the top. And none of these cards really matter. Opponent has 2 unknowns that could matter. We definitely want to run out Brazen Borrower just to up our devotion. Yeah, Brazen Borrower. Okay. Kills a Borrower. Yep. Well, we untap. We draw Gadwick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gadwick for 8. Draw 8. Kiora. Untap Nyx Lotus. Mystical Dispute Brazen Borrower.
The ocean surges.
And opponent, they know what's happening, scoops it up. Oh, well, we didn't get to play out the whole combo because our opponent was quick to the scoop button, but you got to see how it works. Like, if our opponent hadn't scooped, we would be going off. Like, we would play through our entire deck here. This untaps for 8 mana. We have another Gadwick. We have Kiora. We have 1 untap in hand here, another there. So we just keep upping our devotion, untapping Nyx Lotus with our untap effects. Eventually go through our whole deck and win with a Thassa's Oracle. Something like that. Something like that. Sweet, sweet. Sweet, sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we'll keep this. We're comboing off, attempting to, with Thassa's Oracle in Theros Beyond Death Standard. And, all right. Temple of Mystery for our opponent. Well, land and, yeah, let's just main phase Omen of the Sea. Well, we want Nyx Lotus. I don't think we need Corridor Monitor, though. Pass the turn. Paradise Druid. All right, run out Thassa's Oracle. I guess we take Brazen Borrower, play an island past the turn. Opponent. Stomping Ground. Fires of Invention. And Euro. Well, thankfully it dies. It does ramp. Yeah. Opponent puts a land into play. Well, as nice as it would be to bounce Fires of Invention, I think we just got to get our mana on. Get in. Actually, let's not get in. I don't know what horribly scary thing is going to happen now that Fires of Invention is going to town. Growth Spiral, okay, that is fine. We are thrilled that it's a Growth Spiral and not something that just kills us. And oh my goodness, and Paradise Druid. Okay, now life is much, much better. So, how do we do this? Thassa, Play Thassa. Play Field of Ruin. Borrow Fires of Invention. Brazen Borrower. Okay, I guess this allowed our opponent to grow Spiral, but whatever. No attacks. Blink Oracle. Looking for Gadwick, I guess, and untaps. Well, that's an untap. All right, we'll take Kiora. Kiora might let us combo. We can Kiora to untap, Dream Eater to draw a card after surveilling, and hopefully hit Gadwick and then go off. Fires, returns, one more spell. What is it, opponent? Please don't blow up our Nyx Lotus. Ethereal Absolution. That's actually fine. Opponent gonna get frisky. All right, I think there's still a decent chance we can win this turn. So, how do we do this? 1, 2, 3. Kiora. Oh, but we don't get to draw, do we? We don't. Oh, play Kiora.
I'll show you.
Turn on Thassa.
Something truly spectacular.
Lotus Field. Sack a couple lands. Untap Lotus Field.
Let's get moving.
And pass the turn. Blink Oracle. Take a Cavalier. All right, opponent. It's got to be good, and it's got to win through our Dream Eater. Escape from the Wilds. Sure. That draws... Ooh, Casualties is super obnoxious. Casualties might beat us here. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So we're going to lose Kiora, Thassa's Oracle, Nyx Lotus, and maybe Omen of the Sea? All right, so... Why can I not tap my Nyx Lotus? We should be able to. Make some mana. Sack Omen. Yeah, I guess we'll keep both on top. Dream Eater. Surveil. Mill the land. Mill Thassa's Oracle. Bounce Ethereal Absolution. Opponent exiles Borrower. Yep. Yeah, that Casualties of War was brutal. Opponent has enough mana to exile 2 cards. Well, we bounce Ethereal Absolution. We lose a lot of our best cards. Opponent passes. Well, we get a Cavalier of Gales, which turns on Thassa. Put back Kiora, Omen of the Sea. Draw Omen first. Play a land. Attack. Opponent gonna do some chumping. Blink Dream Eater. Mill the lands. Same cards on top. Bounce the Spirit. Opponent's almost to Euro. Oh, we needed that Lotus mana. Ugh, Casualties of War. So annoying. Opponent, gonna float some manas. Unfloat some manas. You only get 2 spells regardless. And escaping is casting a spell. Wow, opponent has Time Wipe. Oh boy. Okay. That's not good. Well, we'll keep a Cavalier of Gales. And opponent runs out a Niv to draw some cards. Maybe. What did our opponent hit? Garrick? Boy, that's a lot of Casualties of War. But opponent takes Garrick. Passes. Well, we play Cavalier. Ugh, draw all lands. Put Gadwick and Castle. Play a Castle. Blink Cavalier. Put back Kiora Gadwick. Gadwick on top. Not sure we can get out of this, though. I think our opponent has pulled too far ahead with this 5-color fires pile. That Casualties of War, ruined our day. If our opponent did not have that Casualties, I think we just combo off and win pretty easily. But oh my goodness, another one! Oh man, this keeps getting worse and worse. Sure. Well, we lose everything. Thassa's bad. Borrower's not good. All right. Yeah, on to game 2. I think this gets better on game 2 because our opponent, I don't think can win without fires. Their deck seems very bad without Fires of Invention, and we do have ways to stop Fires of Invention. So we will go down 2 Corridors Monitors, 1 Thassa, 1 Brazen Borrower, a Dream Eater, an Omen of the Sea, and we need 6 untaps. Maybe we go 1 Ugin. All right, run it like that. I mean, our Yoink effect should be great if we get to them. I think it's more unfortunate that our opponent happened to hit that Casualties. All right. All right. I mean, I think our deck is basically like our opponent's deck, except our combo wins the game, and it does it faster. Well, we cannot keep this. Island Lotus Field, not going to get it done. All right, this we will keep, although it's not exciting. We will put Thassa's Oracle to the bottom for now. Land go. Opponent. Starting with the tap land. Sure. To the bottom. Well, land go. Opponent. Mountain and has a Paradise Druid. All right. Well, Omen of the Sea. Land bottom. Gadwick top. Play a land. Play Kiora. Ooh. All right. Pass the turn. We found our Nyx Lotus too. Opponent. Well, we'll see how fast our opponent can get to Casualties. That's a big question. Teferi Time Raveler. All right, that doesn't do much of anything. Takes down. I guess it does kind of stop our Nyx Lotus, which is annoying, but opponent. Gonna bounce Omen? We're okay with that. Thinking about it. All right, just ticks up. So we will play a land. Tap, untap. Gadwick X2. Draw a couple cards. Pass the turn. That also ups our devotion because what we want to do is Nyx Lotus, start untapping it and be able to do things immediately since there's a Teferi out. All right, opponent, what you got? What you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opponent, untap land. Niv-Mizzet, the Reborniest, gets a Crossus, a Time Wipe, a Teferi, and a D-Spark. Okay. Sure. And takes up to Fairy. Well, let's see what we draw. Cavalier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6 mana. I think we just Castle Vantress, Cavalier of Gales. Tap Niv. Draw a bunch of cards. Put back 2 lands. Draw a land. Go to combat. Hit to Fairy.
I won't let you win.
And yeah, let's pass the turn. Opponent seems to be mostly pinched on mana at the moment. Without fires, our opponent's deck seems harder to. Wow, Escape from the Wilds. All right, hits a couple lands. Tap land. Tap land. Also hits a Casualties, but does not. Well, I guess I might be able to cast it next turn. Bounces Cavalier, cashes into Fairy. We get to draw a card. Gets in at Kiora. Sure. Discards a Casualties. I got Casualties for days, don't they? Well, we will play Cavalier. Tap something uselessly. Draw some cards. Put back land. Play Castle Vantress. Opponent cracks. Opponent's gonna have to choose though between Garrick and Casualties. They can't cast both. They only get to cast one, and they go away at the end of turn. Gonna be interesting. What you got, opponent? What you got? And we have this Agent of Treachery coming at some point. All right, opponent goes with Garrick.
Let's play a game.
Garrick going to destroy Cavalier. Draw a card.
Time's up.
bottom the land, we'll keep Brazen Borrower. Opponent plays Breeding Pool, gets in. Hits us to 14. Discards. So we will, how do we do this? 7 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll play Field of Ruin. If we play Nyx Lotus, it's going to tap for 4, we untap it 5. We can't kill Garrick. Well, let's go to combat, attack Garrick. Force our opponent to block if they want to keep it. All right, opponent blocks. So then we can Agent of Treachery. Steal Garrick. Make wolves. Pass the turn.
Apex predator.
At some point, we're going to be able to play Nyx Lotus, start untapping and, like, comboing. Opponent scries to the top. Goes to combat, kills Garrick. Sure. Opponent's going to need a sweeper, maybe, I guess? Another Escape from the Wilds. Well, hits a fires. Runs out to Fairy. Well, we can kill that. Bounces a wolf to draw a card. Alright, so we will play Nyx Lotus. Play Corridor Monitor. Untap Nyx Lotus. Go to combat. Kill Teferi. Hit our opponent. Hit our opponent. And pass the turn. Fires of Invention. But our opponent only gets one more card. What's the last one? Oh, they have another Casualties of War? Another Casualties. So we will Lotus for blue. Dream Eater. Tap Niv. Surveil. Bottom. Yeah, I think we get rid of those all, actually. Bounce Fires. Lose a bunch of stuff, which is obnoxious. Opponent. Despark Dream Eater. And Uro to the graveyard. Gains some life, draws a card. As Casualties of War has been super annoying. Opponent, finally done. Well, we will play Cavalier. Draw some cards. Wow, whiff on lands? Oh my goodness. Oh, that is unfortunate. So, Ugin and Manipulation back. All attack. Opponent untaps. Sure. Well, the opponent, good runs have continued. Yeah, opponent, too slow. Alright. Against the odds time, we are comboing off with Thassa's Oracle in Standard, and this hand's slow, but it does have a Nyx Lotus, which is our best card. I mean, Thassa's Oracle is our payoff, but Nyx Lotus is a card that gives us some mana to combo off with it. Opponent grabs an island. Some sort of obnoxious control deck, I assume. Looks to be the case. Well, land go. Opponent. Land. Narset. Oh, yes. Alright, so definitely an obnoxious control deck. Gets it to Fairy. Well, we will play a land. We will play Gadwick for no value. Pass the turn. At least it can attack our opponent's annoying planeswalkers. Opponent plays it Fairy.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Going to bounce Gadwick. Tap land, ticks down.
And prepare.
Gets a veto. Now play the island, play Thassa. Pass the turn. Opponent. Atris. Let's go to Fairy face up, other two face down. Opponent takes face down cards. Plays a tap land. Picks up to Fairy.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Discards a card. Gadwick would be sweet if we were not up against this Narset. Well, play Nyx Lotus, pass the turn. Opponent takes up another Teferi and Basilica Bellhaunt. We will discard a Gadwick. Untap land for our opponent, goes attacking. Well, play a land. play Dream Eater. Graveyard, graveyard, graveyard. I don't even know if we want Kiora, honestly. Graveyard, 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 graveyard. We will bounce Bellhaunt. Brazen Borrower. Kill Narset. Blink Dream Eater. Graveyard, 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 Thassa's Oracle. Bounce to Fairy. Pass the turn. All right, that was a decent turn. Opponent replays to Fairy.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Let's try
Bounces Thassa, draws a card. Tap land. Wow, staying aggro, sure. Discards a land. Well, go to combat. Kill Teferi, hit our opponent. Thassa's Oracle. Take Kiora. Oh, that gets countered. Take Cavalier. Land. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's just max a Gadwick. Gadwick for 8. Draw a new hand. Discard a couple lands. And, alright, so now we win next turn. If we untap with Nyx Lotus, we are very likely to play through our deck and win. So we'll see. We'll see what our opponent can do. We have 3 untaps of Nyx Lotus, so we're going to have, I don't even know, 50 extra mana next turn. Cavalier can hopefully draw us cards. Hopefully we could use Field of Ruin to shuffle stuff away. So I like where we're at. I like where we're at. Through the control spells, too. Maybe this is like Esper Hero. And opponent, they're just done? Done. Teferi got no business keeping up with Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Wow. So, opponent, Esper Hero, Esper whatever, Mass Manipulation in, Ugin in, Mystical Disputes. Ugh. Are the counters even worth it? Ugh. Teferi shuts him down. Probably some number are. We can go down 2 Corridor Monitors, 1 Thassa, an Omen of the Sea, and maybe we don't Mass Manipulation. Let's try it like that. Opponent does have a lot of answers. Like, our counters seem good, but we already saw Dovin's Veto. We already know there's main deck Teferis. That was a game, too, where our opponent went Narset Teferi, creature, and our deck still just killed him really easily. Surprisingly easily. And opponent scoops it up. Don't want any piece of it. Don't want any piece. We scared a control deck right out of the will to live and the will to play. Well, we'll take that. Sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are comboing off with Thassa's Oracle, and this hand looks pretty good. We have Nyx Lotus. We have some card draw. Yeah, let's just Oracle. Stick something on top. Let's go Brazen Borrower. The untap would be nice, but we don't have an Oracle yet, and it's possible it gets hit by discard, like Thought Eraser. Well, opponent takes Thassa. Interesting. Mills a land. Huh. Well, we will Omen of the Sea. Draw Kiora. Actually, we need this land, don't we? Draw the land and Kiora. Lotus Field. Sack. We need the island to make Castle Ventress come into play untapped, or we don't get to play Lotus next turn. Field of Ruin. Elspeth's Nightmare. Sure. Well, play Kiora. Untap.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
Land in Nyx Lotus. Nothing to take. All right, opponent. What you got? We got the Lotus. We need card draw now as our main mission to start drawing cards. Island for our opponent. Davriel.
I do hope this will not perish the thought.
Yeah, we'll discard Castle Ventress, I guess. Take a damage. Draw an island. Play the land. Pass the turn. The nightmare is over. Land for our opponent. Alright, so let's bounce to Avriel. Discard nothing.
Tidy up in there.
Opponent. Pass it. Well. Brazen Borrower. Sack Omen. Scry. Gadwick is what we want. That's a Gadwick. Untap. Draw. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Untap.
Let's get moving.
Gadwick for 5. Being able to pay for... Well, we can't pay for Ashiok's Eraser. Alright, that's annoying. Opponent plays a land. Wow, has her own Gadwick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh, okay. Well, Brazen Borrower. Bounce Ashiok's Erasure. Get back Gadwick. Brazen Borrower. Tap. Untap.
One drop. Ripples and
Gadwick for 7. Draw a new hand. Castle Vantress. Getting with Brazen Borrower. Alright, that was good. We got out from under the Ashiok's Erasure. We know our opponent has it, but we can hopefully play around it since we know. And opponent done! Done, 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 done! That's what happens when you untap with Nyx Lotus. People can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it. Okay, so, we'll just bring in Mystical Disputes. We will go down 2 Corridor Monitors, 1 Thassa, and 1 Dream Eater. Run it like that. Mystical Dispute seems very good against what our opponent's doing. Well, that went well. Things were looking grim when our opponent managed to erasure our Gadwick, but the deck makes so much mana with Nyx Lotus. It's really ridiculous. The only sad part about this deck is we don't get to see the full combo that often because people just scoop. Like, once we're making 20 mana, our opponent just assumes that the game is over and concedes before we actually get to play all the way through our deck and technically win with Thassa's Oracle, which is what would happen. Ooh, we're gonna keep this, I think. It's risky. 1 land Lotus Field is risky. Okay, that's good. Field of Ruin is good. That means we're gonna be able to cast spells. We will play Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Land for our opponent. Yes, let's dispute that. Don't really want to start getting Thief of Sanity. Untap. Omen of the Sea. I guess we'll keep both of these. Nyx Lotus. Draw the land. Lotus Field. Sack, sack. Ship the turn. Opponent. Tap land. And to the top. Thief of Sanity Part 2. Alright. Well, we're going to let our opponent hit us once to play Nyx Lotus. The upside of Nyx Lotus is so high that if we get to untap with it, our odds of winning goes up so much that I think it's worth taking 1 Thief of Sanity hit. Opponent gets that and hits us. Gets to look at the top 3. Hopefully they don't... Okay, mills 2 lands. So opponent took presumably whatever our non-land was. We'll play Castle Vantress. Play... How do we do this? This is actually tricky. Play Thassa. Play Corridor Monitor. Untap Nyx Lotus. 3, 6, 7. Alright, go to our end step. End of turn. Make mana. Oh, we messed it up. Ugh, we messed it up big time. All right. Yep. We did it. We did the timing wrong. Blink Corridor Monitor. Untap Nyx Lotus. Yeah, this should have been better. Ugh. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Goes to combat. Well, Brazen Borrower, Thief of Sanity. Wow, opponent plays Erasure. Okay. Yeah. Hits us. That's a lot of mana gone, though. Wow, hits something good. We draw another Nyx Lotus. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gadwick X2. So we can play for Mystical Dispute. Draw 2. Turn on Thassa. Play a land. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. And let's see if we can do this right this time. End step. Blink Corridor Monitor. Target Nyx Lotus. Trigger on the stack. Tap Nyx Lotus for blue. Untap it. Dream Eater. Sure. Tap Thief of Sanity. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Okay. Little punny, but still a pretty easy win over blue-black control. Deck's busted. It's busted. Nyx Lotus is busted. Oh, good God. All right. Sweet. All right. Against the odds time, we are playing new standard Theros Beyond Death standard with, yes, Thassa's Oracle, Wombo combo, and, yeah, okay. We have a couple lands. We got Nyx Lotus. We don't have an Oracle, but we will find it eventually, hopefully. And Omen of the Sea can get us to Kiora, which can get us to Nyx Lotus, and it ups our Blue Devotion count, which is good. All right, opponent, what you up to? Seems like Simic ramp, I would assume. Plays a land. Passes. Well, Brazen Borrower is not bad. That is our main form of interaction in the main deck. And it adds a lot of blue, which is nice. Risen Reef. Well, that's Omen of the Sea. Yeah, both of those are fine. Lotus Field is a nice backup with Kiora. Opponent draws a card. Play the land, play Kiora.
I defy gods.
Pass the turn.
Defying you.
And next turn we can start making mana. Opponent, tap land. Leafkin Druid, triggers Risen Reef. Hits Kiora. Sure. Down to 6.
Hands off.
We could use like a Gadwick. Gadwick would be sweet. We draw an island. Well, since we drew the island, let's just play the island, play Nyx Lotus. Untap Nyx Lotus.
Let's get moving.
Pass the turn. And now we have the option to bounce something or just play another Omen. We need some card draw. We're looking for Gadwick now. But once we have Nyx Lotus going, things get crazy really quick because all of a sudden a lot of our cards are almost free. And they're all upping our devotion. And then we start tapping and all we need is some card draw. What do you say, opponent? Are you still connected? Arena's been having a little bit of connection trouble lately for some reason. Doesn't like the power of Thassa's Oracle, apparently. And Nyx Lotus. Too much power for Arena to handle. Oh no. Is our opponent like actually disconnected? Are we actually disconnected? We might be. It kind of seems that way. Alright. I'll play Castle Vantress. Bad things happened while we were gone. Let's Omen of the Sea. Vantress bottom. Thassa's Oracle can stay on top. Thassa's Oracle. This can help set things up for next turn. Opponent's going to Growth Spiral. Sure. Alright, there's a Gadwick for next turn. Oh, Brazen Borrower, Leafkin Druid. Play Brazen Borrower. Untap Lotus Field.
Let's get moving.
Pass the turn. Alright, so if nothing goes horribly wrong, there's a pretty decent chance that we win the game this coming turn. We should be able to combo kill. As long as none of our important pieces die. / get stolen by Agent of Treachery. The bad news is, if we had been able to play Ominacy at instant speed, we would have found Gadwick and be able to win the game, but... So opponent's going to untap a land. We are going to bounce Cavalier of Thorns. Play Brazen Borrower.
The land shall conquer you.
Okay, that's fine. That opponent can draw all the cards they want because we're going to win the game this turn. Even through the arena crash. I mean, I think odds are in favor of it. You never know. We could fizzle, but we'll see. We should be able to. Opponent passes. We draw Gadwick. So, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gadwick for 11. Draw some cards. Up our devotion. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're definitely going to win. Untap Lotus. Play Cavalier. Tap something, draw some cards. We hit 3 untaps, so we're definitely going to win the game this turn. Draw some cards. Put back some cards. Draw another card. Brazen Borrower. Just run it out. Up the devotion. Tap, whatever. Sure. So we're up to 17 devotion. Now we can Corridor Monitor. Tap something. Oh, when we go off, we go off. Untap Lotus. Yes, please. We will tap Lotus. We have 32 cards, so we will Gadwick for, let's go 10, 11, 12, 13. Gadwick for 13. We'll tap Nizza. And here we go. Draw some cards. 13 of them. Yes, please. We will play Corridor Monitor. Untap Lotus. Yeah. Cavalier. Draw some cards. We hit another untap. We need to hit... Oh, we have a Thassa. Okay. Oh, we got this super easy. And more untaps. Put back 2 lands. What is this, turn 5? Through arena crashing? Then we play Corridor Monitor. I don't think it really matters what we do now. Tap something. Untap Lotus. Cards in deck count is 17. Devotion count is 23. So we can just play Thassa's Oracle. And we gotcha. Oh, turn 5. Turn 5, I believe. Turn 5 combo kill. Whoa. Yeah, that's what this deck does. So what do we learn this week about Thassa's Oracle combo for Theros Beyond Death Standard? And the deck is insane. As far as that last matchup, I've been recording this when Arena's been going through kind of a really rough patch with a ton of like bugs and disconnects. So that last match, technically we ended up winning, but we ended up winning because first we timed out and then got back in just before we were actually like lost the match. And then our opponent got disconnected. They didn't make it back in and ended up getting timed out. So not a very climatic, I guess I would say, ending to a really cool match. So I decided to cut it after game 1 and show off this week combo rather than all the timeout clunkiness. And that was kind of a running theme of trying to record this episode. There's another match where we timed out. It was just, oh my goodness. Arena's got all kinds of problems, different bugs and stuff. So a little bit clunky, but overall the deck is really powerful. More importantly, the combo itself is spectacular, and the turns we can have, the only downside is we don't often actually get to finish the combo. Opponents have already figured out that once you untap with a Nyx Lotus and like 10 mana, and potentially have a way to untap it for 20 mana or something, they just concede. They assume that you're going to win the game somehow if they can't actually interact with your Nyx Lotus or interact with your combo. So we had a lot of games where we would have won with our combo, but our opponent just scooped it up early. So that was the other benefit of showing that last match, is we actually got to see the combo all the way through to completion, which doesn't happen all that often. So really, I think this deck is actually kind of competitive. Nyx Lotus is busted. Thassa's Oracle is actually like perfect for this deck, and you get a fairly reasonable backup plan. We can just grind our opponent out with Thassas and Dream Eaters. The combo pieces aren't especially helpful if we go on the kind of value-y plan. That's more like Thassa blinking Cavaliers and Dream Eaters is really good, or Agent of Treacheries is really good. But the deck is incredibly explosive. It combos off really quickly. Yes, if our opponent can deal with Nyx Lotus, it can go bad. Although one of the things I love about this deck is we can untap Nyx Lotus, which allows us to kind of get around some of the hate. Just playing Nyx Lotus, waiting an extra turn, hoping our opponent can't interact with it. It's a little bit risky, but we often will do that and just hope for the best. However, if we are worried about disruption, we can wait until we get up to like 6 mana, get a bunch of blue mana symbols, and just like Nyx Lotus, Quarter Monitor, untap it, continue to go off from there, where we're just playing more untappers, drawing a bunch of cards, chaining stuff together, and it's really amazing how unstoppable the combo turns feel once we get going. With the 8 untappers in our main deck, we don't have to draw that many cards for the math to favor us hitting one, and once we hit one, then we're off to the races, because the first time we untap Nyx Lotus, we've added a bunch more mana symbols, and we're up to like 15 or 20 mana, and that means the next Gadwick can be for like, I don't even know, 14-ish, 12, some big number where we're almost assuredly going to hit another untapper. Yes, it's possible we get unlucky, plus we have the extra mana so we can like Cavalier, cast a bunch of other stuff, keep increasing our blue mana symbol count. So once we start comboing and get that first or maybe even second untap, the deck feels pretty much unstoppable. Yes, it can be countered if our opponent has like a bunch of counter spells or something, but really, it is incredibly powerful once it gets going. Winning turn 5 or 6, if we were playing like Modern, that wouldn't be exciting. If we were playing Pioneer, it would be fine. But in Standard, a turn 5 infinite combo style deck is actually really powerful. And we were consistently winning around turn 5 or turn 6, depending on how our exact draw was. We have to wait until at least turn 5 normally, because we have to get down Nyx Lotus. We can maybe sometimes try to like semi-combo on turn 4 if we go like Thassa's Oracle, Kiora, Nyx Lotus on turn 4, untap it, add a little bit of blue mana symbols, maybe Corridor Monitor, untap it, but it's very hard to combo on turn 4. Turn 5, turn 6, though, very practical, very legitimate, and once the deck gets going, it really goes, and most excitingly, we win by drawing cards. Like, that's all we're doing. Like, we're just adding blue mana symbols, making tons of mana, drawing tons of cards. What more could you want? Like, that's a perfect combo deck for me, because that's all I want to do is draw cards anyway. In this deck, it just rewards you for drawing cards and making tons of mana, and you make the mana so you can draw more cards, and eventually the end game is that wins. That's all you gotta do to win, is draw a bunch of cards. So I love this deck. I think actually, if there's a problem with the deck, it might actually be too good for against the odds. Like, I would not be surprised if some form of this deck is actually like competitive in Standard. We'll see exactly what it looks like. Obviously, you could probably use some tuning. How many untappers do you need to combo? What other blue devotion style cards could fit in the deck? But I feel like something like this is going to be very powerful. Nyx Lotus, it's absolutely busted. Thassa's Oracle is a great finisher for the deck and surprisingly synergistic and powerful. So all around, I think this deck was awesome. I had so much fun playing it. I think it's super sweet, super interesting, and actually pretty competitive, especially for a deck we played out against odds. So anyway, that's been our Against the Odds for this week. Thassa's Oracle combo for Theros Beyond Death Standard. Don't forget to vote for next week's Theros Beyond Death deck. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.